Hispanic Heritage Month, in my perspective, is a celebration of all the different Latin cultures and people groups that are here in America. And it's important because America is built on such a diverse group of people, and it's important to understand and recognize that we are rooted in our differences, and it's a fun way to celebrate.
I definitely identify myself as a Spanish descendant. My parents are from Peru, even though I was born here in Miami. I my culture has always come first as a Spanish descendant. It's very important not to be boxed. I don't consider when people ask me, "Oh, are you Latina or are you Boricua?" I think Spanish.
So I would identify myself as Hispanic and Boricua. My family's from Puerto Rico. I think it's important to understand the different terminologies because it's not a one term fits all. Each term, whether it's latinx, chicano, boricua, cubano, it's just a different, that word comes with different cultural contexts and a different way of life and upbringing and different values. And so it's important to understand that it's not a one size fits all with words, and that term that person associates themselves with, it's almost like a badge of honor, and people just have different badges.
So I was definitely inspired by my family. In Peru, my granddaddy used to own several subdivisions he built. He was a builder himself, and he had this construction company where he will build 300 houses, put them on sale, and that's how he made a living. And also, he dedicated himself to other kinds of real estate. And that's probably where it comes to me, always on the service to people. The idea and my passion that I always say is to help people acquire real estate. There are a couple of traditions that I have passed on to my kids, and it's amazing when I told them about this video, and they said, "Mom, there are so many." But I said, "Well, I'll pick two. Definitely, one is gonna be the Three Kings Day. When they were in Bible school and they were in pre-K, I remember they asked me to do something for Christmas. I decided to do something for Three Kings Day, which was like we leave the tree, our Christmas tree, we leave it until the 8th of January. So what do we do on the 6th, which is the Three Kings Day? The night before, everybody leaves two shoes, under the tree, and they all go to bed. And of course, the Three Kings Day, which is me, comes over and then hides one shoe with a gift. And that's a gift that they didn't get on Christmas, they will get it on Three Kings Day. And the other tradition that my husband made me promise that I was going to tell you on video is about New Year's night or New Year's Eve. What we do is we take a carry-on, a little suitcase, and we put some stuff in there. And at 12 o'clock midnight, after eating the 12 grapes, we go around the block, with our suitcase, and that means that we're gonna travel all year long. The first year my husband saw me do this, he had a heart attack. Okay, he said, "You crazy? You're gonna go around the neighborhood, and everybody's gonna think we had a fight, and you're carrying along with your suitcase leaving the house." So he decided to follow me in his truck.
My advice for the youth is to take pride in your culture, embrace it, share it with people. And like I said before, food brings people together. I've been able to share my culture and family time with friends from different cultures, whether it's American or Arabic and so forth. And they've always loved it. They've always appreciated it, and vice versa. I've always loved it when someone introduced me to their culture. So embrace it. Don't be ashamed of it. Be proud that you can speak Spanish if you can. And don't hide that. If you have an accent, go for it. I mean, it just shows that you know more than one language. So that's my advice.
Definitely one of the biggest resources that there's been ever is cybernetics, you know. Now the young generation has something that we didn't have before when I was growing up. We didn't have a cell phone, okay? And now that's part of life. You forget your phone and it's like you forgot everything that you have to do that day. Okay, so it is very important that that the new generation knows that the giant steps have already been taken.
So there's two sides to this, getting involved as a realtor and getting involved as a purchaser and an owner. As far as the real estate side goes, it's important for there to be more Hispanic and Latin based realtors because there's such a huge market here that's not really being serviced to as greatly as other communities are. And it's just a missed group of people. And so if you can speak Spanish and if you can be fluent in it and be kind of the marker for that, you're going to be way ahead of the game and service that community because it's very underserviced as far as an educational standpoint to that community. Now, if you're on the other side as a purchaser and becoming an owner, it's important because it's going to create generational wealth and stability for your family. A lot of people are transient here, especially coming from a Latin background, and it's important to build your roots, be part of the American home ownership, and just create more stability for your family. My advice for Hispanic or Latinx people wanting to get into real estate is to definitely get a mentor who's Hispanic or Latin based and connect with the right people. Of course, you're going to go through the process like anybody else as far as schooling and your classes go. I would highly recommend, once that's all done and you're working, is to get involved in your community and start reaching out to, whether it's churches, if that's your group, or organizations, or if you have family that live in certain more Hispanic or Latin based communities, just start talking to people because a lot of people they're just needing the education and needing the help, and a lot of people in this industry don't speak Spanish, so they're really just underserviced.